Hey everyone, welcome to a new episode of Watch Us Play. I'm Eric Norris alongside Joey Davidson here.
Hello.
Joe, what are we playing?
I am alive, unfortunately.
Unfortunately. Ouch.
Yeah, you know, I wanted to love this game a lot. When it was announced in 2006 back at Ubi Days, it was a really, really interesting property about an earthquake that hits a city and you're just told to survive.
And the initial game, if I'm not mistaken, was a full retail game, and then it got delayed so long since 2006 and kind of became a downloadable title. So what are we doing here?
Right now, okay, so in the game, I'm trying to figure out how to get down, but in the game, I pretty much head back to my city after this event, this big earthquake that's come in and kind of destroyed everything. It's a year after that event happened. There's still aftershocks happening. There's death dealing shit that I'm kind of walking through right now. I was sent off to get medicine for a little girl that I met in my travels, and I'm trying to return it to her.
Okay.
We don't get far. Because you're going to see all at once what's cool about this game and what's really disappointing about this game.
Yes.
So it's a climbing title with a lot of like slow, methodical platforming elements, but then there's also an intimidation combat engine. All of that sounds really cool, doesn't it? Like,
yeah, like the concept is sound of them trying to have this not boil down to basically another like Uncharted clone where you get like overloaded with villains or whatever and have to shoot the shit out of people. Like you'll see that coming up, what they try to do with guns. It's more of a kind of survival horror esque type of thing.
But it's flawed.
It's Ubisoft's attempt to adapt almost the book The Road is what they're like trying to do.
Yeah. So this fog, at first I thought it was stylized, and now I'm just finding it lazy. It's like the game never looks better than what you're looking at right now, which is really disappointing. Yeah. I'm okay with the grayness as a feature of style in post-apocalyptic like world, but here it just kind of comes off as really
There's a lot of grain, and you can only pretty much see what's right in front of your face. And until you're right up onto like a pillar or something like that, it won't come into focus and have any detail. It's all just very, very fuzzy. Almost like everything in the background looks almost Limbo-esque.
Yeah, pretty much.
Very monochrome.
All right, so you see this chick here. Thinking I'm going to help her, and then all of a sudden some bros come out. Now, this is the combat engine. So I pull out my gun. They're going to be like, oh, no, he's got a gun. I don't have any bullets. I only had one, and I lost it. And you're going to see me die a bunch, because this is frustrating.
Yeah.
Now, they're going to come up on me when they realize that I don't really have a weapon that can be used. I'm going to try to kill them, which starts a quick time event, and then the rest of them are just going to stab me, and I'm going to die.
And that's...
There you go.
Yeah.
The first death. So I retry to the checkpoint, which, guess what, folks? The checkpoint is back at the beginning of this area.
Yep. So you're a lot of trial and error with... and actually, for us, it's more a lot of error. Because
I mean, it's not one of the reasons why we're keeping, or I asked Eric to keep all this death and stuff in here so that you guys can see what fundamentally is wrong with this game.
Yep.
In theory and in theory, it's a good idea. This whole like intimidation in combat thing is a good idea. In practice, there are situations where it just doesn't work. You're going to see that towards the end of this, I only have one option, and that's to go back to a previous chapter and find a way to have a bullet on me. If I had a gun, I could kill one of these dudes and then struggle kill the other, and then intimidate the last with my gun, and then struggle kill him. Yep. Either way, I have to enter this stupid goddamn QuickTime event. I can't just like whip out my machete and stab one of them.
Yep.
Doesn't work. So I'm pretty much forced to wish I had a bullet.
And that says a lot about like the immersion factor of this game. That they're obviously going for, a really, really intense atmosphere with this title, with like the kind of horror survival elements, but then forcing you to basically retry these moments over and over again, or load a previous save if you don't have the tools necessary, which they don't give you.
I'm frustrated by that. That is the portion of the game that I have full health here.
Yeah.
So it's not even like this is a matter of me not having enough health. Okay, so I'm going to get them.
He's trying to, quote unquote, find the best position.
Yeah, well, guess what? It becomes an issue of cat herding, pretty much, is what you're doing here. So what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to shout them back.
Yep.
Now, after I try to intimidate them enough, you're going to see them lower their weapons and go, fuck that, he's clearly not going to shoot us, we're going to charge him. Which is fine if it didn't turn into such a...
That's where it happened, where they just as a collective hive mind realized, get him!
So my gun, no longer useful, and I'm dead.
Dead. And one more time with feeling.
Yeah. So here I am yelling at Eric about how stupid the game is.
Yeah.
We're going to go back into our
I just thought it was funny, because we got a code for this game yesterday, I want to say. Mm-hmm. And I passed it off to Joe because we knew we were going to record for this. And there's been mixed reviews, to say the least.
Sure.
This game.
I've seen
some have been really poor. Some have been very positive about like what it goes for and what it attempts to do, and how it's so counter what normal like third-person action-adventure games are,
sure.
quote-unquote. And from Joe's experience, when I first arrived at his place to record this episode, I was like, hey, how's I Am Alive? Expecting him to maybe be like, oh, it's pretty cool. Not so much.
No, I've been disappointed.
No.
I fell in love with the idea of the game when that trailer released back in 2006. When you have a chance, look it up. Just the search for I Am Alive reveal trailer.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. I mean, you have, like, we're all survivors in this post-apocalyptic world, and one of the things that trailer promised is when you're confronted by people, if you just toss out a bottle of water, they'll fight over it. Can you imagine how this situation would play out if I could just throw water at these guys' feet? They're desperate for food. I have bottled water on me.
Yeah.
So here's an instance where I try to go around and completely ignore.
It's not successful.
To be honest,
there's some water.
To be honest, like maybe I could have made that jump right there. We didn't really try. I don't think I could have. There's a survivor. I don't have the means to help him. I would have.
He wants a cigarette before he dies.
Yeah. Oh, look, a downed helicopter. I can climb construction sites, but I can't just walk over that helicopter.
Nope.
No, I gotta go.
Now, while we watch you die a third and final time, do you think something like Naughty Dog's The Last of Us will actually capture that mentality of kind of the survival horror type of thing?
I hope so. I would love to be able to work with NPCs that kind of say like, all right, in this moment, we're trying to survive. They're coming at me because they want my supplies. If I toss one of my supplies on the ground in front of them, how awesome would it be if they stopped attacking me and went after the supplies? That makes sense in this world.
Yeah.
Instead, I'm going to click my gun at them, and they're going to go, oh, he doesn't have ammo, get him! And I literally can't do anything. Yeah. I can't do anything here. Just get stabbed. And I'm dead. And guess what, folks? That's where our demo's going to end. You want to know why?
Because it straight up froze.
The game straight up freezes.
Oh, sorry. After we kind of go through some of the episodes where Joe points out that he'd have to pick an earlier save in order to hopefully find a bullet to... See, like, if they had just left a bullet, like, as you're climbing those pipes, just so you have
something.
That's just such a simple design choice to let you keep progressing with the game.
Or maybe give me a bullet after I die 9,000 times. So, this is it. This is frozen.
Yeah, this is where our demo basically ends for this. So, that's where we're calling this Watch Us Play. And we left this all in just to show you kind of what you're in for as an experience with I Am Alive. Not one of our best games that we played.
No. There was a lot of potential here from Ubisoft Shanghai, and it just didn't happen. So this has been Watch Us Play. I'm Eric, alongside Joey here. Hello.
You can follow us on Twitter. Our individual Twitter handles are inside the article body where you're finding this video. Mm-hmm. Also, you can subscribe on YouTube for more Crave Online original series, and hit up craveonline.com for more gaming coverage, as well as the rest of our network for entertainment goodies. Catch you next time.